I am currently standing next to a glacier in Georgia. That's not something you do every day. Look here behind me, you can see the Gergeti glacier in the Georgian Caucasus. Fantastic! And this is one of the main reasons I travel, to hike and see nature, and in this case glaciers right behind me. This is incredible. I am on a 2-day hike from Stepantsminda down in the valley. I stayed one night on the way up, and now I'm here on the highest point of 3,400 meters in the middle of nowhere, and it's currently snowing. It feels like I will see Santa Claus appear from behind a hill anytime soon. Well, this is just incredible to see a proper glacier. Wow! And the Russian border is apparently only a few kilometers away, so I can say Privet, spasiba, hello, I wave to you. But I will now head down back into the valley, down to lower ground, and not to Russia. That will be on a later adventure maybe. And you can see here the really fresh snow. It's always nice to make some footprints like this. I am actually doing this hike wearing gymnastic shoes, my ordinary shoes I always wear. So it is possible to hike and be out in the nature without expensive equipment. However, if you would walk further up the glacier and higher into the mountains, then you'll need more equipment and knowledge than I have. So now it's time to head back down to lower altitudes. Hello, my dear mother, what are your thoughts on the hike so far?
Fantastic and marvelous. I really love this.
Me too, great to have you with me. Being out in the mountains is one of my favorite things to do, to really see, appreciate the landscape to the fullest extent. Let's do a nice 360 here and enjoy the views of the Georgian Caucasian range, and we can see some blue sky up there. I am just so happy to be here, and I would strongly say that this is the meaning of life. This is where we stayed the night at Altihood. It is an excellent accommodation. It is clean, very well run and well maintained. It costs $100 per person, and for that price you get dinner and breakfast included. You have toilets inside, but no hot water and no showers. You can definitely walk from Stepantsminda up to the glacier in one day, but we like to take things a little bit slower sometimes, and to fully appreciate the mountains I'd recommend staying here. Let's hope this bridge can hold my weight after all cheese breads I have eaten. It's a bit wobbly actually. Woo-hoo! They even have a cafe up on the hill, impressive, but I would imagine the prices are quite steep considering everything they sell has to be carried up here either by manpower or horsepower. So if you are on a budget, it's wise to bring your own snacks and apples and things, and there are multiple streams where you can fill your water bottles as well. The snack break is the most important thing of every hike. One in each hand, apple and banana, good and healthy snack that does not cost me more than $1. And this view, to look at that, is absolutely free of charge. What I also like about the mountains in Georgia is that they are quite easily accessible. For example, I just took a 3-hour Marshrutka ride from Tbilisi, the capital, to Stepantsminda, and then I am right in the heart of the mountains, ready to hike. You don't need any private vehicle or driver, you don't need any permits to hike here, you don't need to pay any entrance fees. It's just come here, be happy, be responsible, and hike and enjoy the landscape. It's starting to get a wee bit windy, so I have to have this on. I look like the Black Riders in Lord of the Rings, so one ring to rule them all. But I look a little bit crazy, I think, in the camera. It's better like this. This is a very popular hiking trail, so I can imagine that it gets very, very busy in the summertime. But today, the 1st of October, so far we have only met 5 to 10 other hikers. So if you want to have the mountains basically all to yourself, I recommend coming in May, September or the beginning of October, because the weather is quite good and you have all this scenery without any other people. The sun has come out for the last part of the hike. It does not get any lovelier than this, I think. It is hard to imagine that a couple of hours ago I was far up there in the distance, you can't see it now, at the glacier, covered in snow. But down here it is autumn, you can see the colors on the leaves, on the trees, and down there we have Gergeti Trinity Church. And here we have it, Gergeti Trinity Church, and as we can see it's rammed with day trippers from Tbilisi, I believe. However, I would strongly say that you cannot fully appreciate the mountains if you're only here for the day. However, obviously it's better to come for one day than not come at all here, but it is worth staying in Stepantsminda at least 2 nights, I would say, in order to fully appreciate these wonderful peaks here. There is a bit of construction going on which affects the view in a negative way, but let's see if we can head inside nevertheless and see if Georgia's most iconic site lives up to its expectation. Oh, some construction here as well. I can imagine that the views are more of a sight to see than the actual church, especially now at the moment where construction is quite heavy. Obviously, I'm not so silly. I understand that construction and maintenance is absolutely necessary for these old structures, but I would say that come to Stepantsminda definitely, but come here mainly for the landscape and the views, and perhaps not as much for the church. And down there we have the town of Stepantsminda, or Kasbege, which is the old Soviet name, but right now the whole town is covered in clouds. The clouds are like a lid on the town, but look at the mountains on the other side. They are even higher, but the peaks are covered in clouds. And here the church behind me. Very lovely to finally have visited this place, because when you Google Georgia, I think this church and the view is the first thing that appears. So really great to have seen it with my own 2 eyes, and also to be able to show it to all of you watching. Let's head inside and see what this is all about. It's really dark and you should maintain silence, of course, but wow, the Orthodox churches always have a special smell which I enjoy. And look at all the different icons, just have a look at this. The church from the inside looks like any other Orthodox church. However, it is for the views and the church plus the views. That's the reason to come here, absolutely not for the church in itself. But now I am so pleased to have seen this iconic place in Georgia. Even though the day trippers annoy me, I must admit that it is so great to finally have been here and see this most magnificent church. And look, the clouds are really rolling in. The weather can change rapidly, as we can see. Bye bye to Gergeti Trinity Church. Now let's head back down. Now we are down in the village of Gergeti, and look what a friend I found. Hello, how are you? Oink oink, Mr. Pig. Oh, noof noof, oink oink. How is life in Georgia? How do you like to be here?
I want to be free.
I am vegetarian, so you are safe from me and my mother. I hope you have a nice evening. Oink oink. Pigs are friends, not food. Bye bye, see you later, but not on a plate. It is almost like a petting zoo here. The cows are on their way home. Hello, how are you today, Mr. and Mrs. Cow? What have you been up to? Grazing and eating a lot. But they are on their way home to the meadows. I wonder where they are in the daytime, but anyway, they are on their way home and we are on the way to hotel and later dinner. Now back in civilization, difficult word to say. And the next first thing on the list is to find something to eat. Oh, and there are many more cows. This is the big one, the friendly bull, hopefully. Oh, bye-bye. Stepantsminda by night, but honestly there is absolutely nothing to do here. The only reason to come here is because of the church and the landscape, and that is a very big reason indeed. But in the town there is nothing going on at all. But we still hope to find some din-dins. Here it is, and it says that it's open, so let's head in. I'm hungry as a wolf, and I hope they can... Oh yes, there are people inside. Great, we are on the right track for the most important mission of today. Hungry, hungry. Oh, let's go inside here. Oh, this seems like a nice, cozy place. Let's see if they have a table somewhere for us. Yes, over here be good for us. Ooh, look here, this is one of the main reasons to go to Georgia. And it is time for a taste test of this Ajarian khachapuri. There are different types of khachapuris actually. This is the Ajarian one and it's often the cheapest one at the restaurants. So let's have a lovely bite here. Oh, look here, nice and cheesy. That is just wonderful. Stuff me with cheese and call me a khachapuri because this is fantastic. Just what I and we needed after this hike. Now we will stuff ourselves full to the brim with this and I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Well, good morning and hello everyone. Welcome to another beautiful day in Stepantsminda that we are leaving today. Sad to be leaving these wonderful peaks and the landscape, but also happy to go back to Tbilisi. So now let's say bye-bye to the mountains and head to the Marshrutka. This is what I look like with the bags, so one little smaller in the front and the bigger one in the back, and both are cabin luggage, which is very handy, and I am so happy with both these bags. Oh Jesus! Oh wow, he wanted to say hello. I think dogs are scarier than people, to be honest. Well, now let's head on. Here is the bus and taxi stand. Let's see if we can find the right vehicle. Tbilisi.
Tbilisi.
Marshrutka, yes.
Marshrutka ginda.
Yes. This.
Yes.
This one, yes. Okay. We found the right one.
Minivan. Aba taxi, my friend. Kuda?
And here we have found the right vehicle. Excellent. And let's see if they have the sign in the front. Yes, indeed. So we know this is the correct minivan taking us all the way to Tbilisi. Found the right one at the first attempt, and this Marshrutka is bound to leave in half an hour. We are the first people here, so hopefully we get a good seat. And because these Marshrukas leave whenever they are full, so if they are full before their departure time, they will leave. So I always advise to arrive half an hour before the departure time. And if you want to have the bag in the trunk, that's 5 lari extra, and the journey in itself costs 15 lari, which for the 3-hour ride is quite a fair price, I think. Super simple to find the right Marshrutka. The times are clearly stated, nice and easy, the bags in the trunk and all ready to go in 10 minutes. So if you just do a little bit of reading beforehand, there is no issue whatsoever to travel around here. Very, very easy. I am just pleasantly surprised by how easy everything is, and when you have these views to look at, maybe one of the most beautiful bus station views in the whole world. All seated, nice and comfortable, and I have the best VIP seat in the whole van. The benefit when you arrive first, so I can stretch my long legs. And now we are departing. Bye bye Stepantsminda, and maybe see you again someday. But this has to be one of the most beautiful roads in all of Europe, I would say. Really fantastic. And imagine that I'm looking at this from a public transportation. That is incredible. And here is the Georgian-Russian friendship monument. Wow. But we cannot stop because we are in a Marshrutka, so that's the drawback. But compared to a private taxi, this is 5 times cheaper at least, so it's very worth it to sit here, and we will arrive comfortably and hopefully safely. There are no seat belts, unsurprisingly, so we'll hold on for dear life here and hope our driver is a safe and stable one. And as we all know, snacks are the most important part of every journey. I have the salty sticks in one hand, and the only thing I'm missing is a pina colada in the other hand, but this will be a nice little snack. Yum, yum, yum. We are getting quite near Tbilisi, so I think we'll arrive quite shortly, hopefully in one piece, because the traffic is the biggest danger, and maybe in particular here in Georgia. And we have arrived at Didube bus station here. Oh, lots of vans lining up. It feels like an orderly chaos maybe. I will see if I can grab the bag, but the Chinese tourists need to take their ones out first. So now the task is to find the metro, which is supposed to be here somewhere. So the Marshrutka to the north and west part of the countries depart from here, Didube bus station, and the ones going east depart from Samogori, which is on the other side of the city. So now, yes, we can grab the bags maybe. Metro?
Metro.
Metro. Metro. This way. Okay, thank you very much. Yes, thank you driver, we survived. But look at all the East Asian tourists, really interesting to see. Let's see if we can get past here. Yes. So this is what a Marshrutka station in Georgia can look like. It's quite orderly fashion. You can see on the sign the destinations for the Marshrutkas at this stand, so it's quite easy, I think. But just do a bit of reading in advance regarding times, and so you know that you go to the right bus station. But other than that, I'd say it's quite easy and good system actually. They also have some markets and food stalls and different things. I think you can buy a lot of items and fruits here as well, so it is not just a bus station, also a market. Oh, you can buy some fishes if you want to have some snacks for the journey. But this is really the proper local side of Tbilisi, not the quaint old town and the charming cobblestone streets. This is the raw and local side that not so many tourists see. Yes, here is the entrance to the metro. But really great to see this local side of Tbilisi that I haven't seen so far, but really got to see now. Yes, the Dube metro. We will now go to Avlabadi metro station and check into our hotel, and then have a little rest and recover after the journey maybe. Metro, good, thank you. Spasiba. So, of course, this was the metro. Here, let's tap in with this card. Yes, one journey costs only 1 lari, and the card in itself costs 2, non-refundable. So I think we will go this way toward the city. So we just missed one, but we're not in a hurry. So yeah, let's just wait for the coming metro in 3 minutes. Excellent. The metro has arrived, so let's jump on board. I always enjoy taking the metro, especially in former Soviet Union countries. It looks quite busy actually. Oops. I will remain standing and hopefully not knock everyone with the bags. But this is what a Georgian metro can look like. They have 2 metro lines in Tbilisi, one green and one red, and the red one is quite convenient for tourists and definitely an experience to use, not just because it's much cheaper than taxis of course, but you also get the local feel, which is what I always want. We will shortly arrive and it's time to alight this lovely metro. Yes. So nice. And let's check out this station. Oh yeah, it looks very similar to the other station I've seen here in Tbilisi, but always love a good Soviet metro. Hello again, Tbilisi. We've exited the metro and it's a gorgeous sunny day here, and we will now find a hotel which should not be too far from here. This is Avlabari, which seems to be one of the center parts of the city here. Lovely green park areas and a lot of people out and about. Tbilisi is a charming city, even in the most central part. You can still see rundown buildings that looks like they will cave down anytime soon, and these wire power lines are really, well, they have seen their best days, but we are soon approaching the hotel. I can see here Hotel New Meteki. Yes, voila. Oh, they have a little yard inside. Oh, look who's coming here. The backpacker number 2. And I'm number 1, and let's head inside. No one is here, so we do like this. Hello, we have booking. We have booking. Bulf Hedlund. And in the morning, what time is breakfast? We left our hotel in Stepantsminda at 20 past 10, and now it is 20 to 3. So the journey in as a whole took around 4 hours and 20 minutes. Now we have arrived at our hotel in Tbilisi, and in 20 minutes at exactly 3 o'clock we can check in. So they really have the timetable here. Yes, now it is time to check in. Exactly 3 o'clock, very punctual. Well, hello and welcome to this room tour. Let's take a wonderful little peek around this room. First, 2 big beds. We have also towels, we have slippers. These really the cheapest type of slippers. Feels comfortable and it smells of detergent, which is nice. Then you know they have washed the linen, which you should always smell. And nice, looks clean. We have a refrigerator, good so you can keep your drinks nice and chilly. And in here a wardrobe for really small people, for hobbits almost. So if you are small you can use this, as well as the water boiler, the kettle. Excellent to see that I can have my morning coffee. Moving on, here we have nice simple bathroom, no fuss. We have, oh hello, some soap and shower gel inside there. It's wet on the floor, so I will not step inside. Here is the most unique feature of this room. Let's have a wee look outside. Wow! With a view on this side. And now the most exciting part, head up this stair. Let's see where we end up. Wow! A rooftop terrace. However, I cannot see any seating, which is a drawback when they have such a lovely rooftop terrace with 360 views of Tbilisi. Here are the rundown buildings we saw on the way here, and then over on the other side of the river, as well as the TV tower on this side. Stunning rooftop terrace and not something I am used to. Wow, impressive, but as I said, why don't they have 2 chairs and a table up here? That's really odd. But other than that, great hotel so far, and wonderful, nice standard room, plus this terrace, which makes it a really gold experience. So happy, nice to be here. Really easy travel day. Thank you so much for joining me both on the hike to the glacier the other day, as well as this travel day down from Stepantsminda to Tbilisi. And I am now on the rooftop here and want to say thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, happy travels, and see you soon.